Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Finding Happiness podcast. I am your host, Bobby.
Co-host Sam, and today we have Alejandra from Beauty and Bar Spa.
Hey, did you mess that up,
Yeah,
Sam?
I did.
Here, I have a shirt right here that says the name. How could you
The
mispronounce
Beauty Bar
it?
and Spa.
The Beauty Bar and Spa. So what's going on, Alejandra? How you doing today?
Good. Thank you guys for having me today. I'm
Oh,
excited to be here.
Very welcome, very welcome. So, to the audience, to the listeners, we brought in Alejandra today to give her story, to explain a little bit of how she got where she is today. So, give us a quick little introduction of what's going on in your life and who you are.
Yeah. So, I am married and I have a baby. She's 9 months old, and I actually got pregnant when I started my company.
Dang, so that had to be hard already. I'm like,
hard,
dang, okay.
very hard.
All right.
It was a big challenge for my husband and I, especially because we weren't prepared for a baby. So starting a business and having a baby at the same time, it came with a lot of challenges. So she's our joy and pride right now and forever. But I think that it definitely brought a lot of different challenges, and but we're proud of where we have came, just because we know that with the obstacles that we've overcome, I think that it has made us better people and better parents to our baby as well.
And when did all this happen? This year or last year?
It happened last year. So,
Okay, so the business started, the family, pretty much life kind of started in 2021. Okay.
Yes. It started in July of 2021. That's where I had everything planned. I didn't know how it was going to go. It was nerve-wracking for me. My husband had just lost his job. I had been going through an issue at work that I ended up leaving because it was just a very hostile environment for me.
Those are the best, aren't they?
Right?
Yeah, shit, man, damn.
Yes, definitely. And so it was challenging because trying to rely on a whole startup business for income and having, a baby and being pregnant and being new to all that, it was definitely a challenging moment for us. But I think that we definitely, my husband has been my biggest supporter. He had experience, I think he has about 10 years of experience on accounting and starting up businesses. So thanks to him, I was able to start up the beauty bar.
The number cruncher right there.
Yeah.
That's like the hardest part is the business part of it,
Yes.
the accounting, the numbers, because you have
Yeah.
your skill, and that's good. So shout out to our spouses, because
Yeah.
we're all
We
sitting
can't.
here because of our spouses and
Yeah.
the help we get. So that plays a huge role, right?
Very, very big role. I think that I couldn't do it without him for sure. I wouldn't know what a LLC is. I wouldn't know what a C Corp is. I wouldn't know any type of number situations for my business if it wasn't for him. And I thank him for it every day because the beauty bar wouldn't have. Of course, the potential is there on my side to do what I do best on the beauty side. But like you guys mentioned, the numbers have a lot to do with a business. If you don't know numbers, you don't know accounting, what are you doing with your business,
Yep.
So I think that he plays a big role behind the scenes on the beauty bar.
So the beauty bar. So what do you currently do there? What's going on? What is that about?
So the beauty bar, initially I came up with that name because I wanted it to be a variety of different things. I didn't want to just kind of establish a business on just one and concentrate on one thing. I wanted to see, okay, if I put in facials, if I put in, body contouring, if I put in eyelashes, if I put in nails, if I put in all this together, I want to see what's hot. I want to see what's booming out there. So I did the bar for a reason. I mean, I love alcohol. I don't drink every day, so don't take it wrong.
She's all sipping on the side. Real quick. Hold on, guys, cut that out. Right?
I enjoy it. I enjoy it. My husband and I we get our collectibles and everything.
That's
so
cool.
when I thought of the beauty bar, I thought of a bar, how you can go to a bar, select whatever drink you want, the quality of the drink as well. And you drink up and you enjoy. And I kind of wanted to incorporate that idea with the beauty bar, where you can just go there and feel like, okay, let me try this out today. Let me be able to, self-care for myself and be able to have a variety to choose from. So the idea behind the beauty bar is for it to keep growing. I wanted to establish also something where not only do you get the cosmetic side of the beauty bar, but you get the medical side of the beauty bar as well. So that was a big thing for me. I started off thinking that I could get to that level in the beginning, but who was I kidding? I mean, no doctor was going to come and say, okay, let me believe in you. You just started a business, so I had to work up my way up there, and I never stopped. I knocked doors every single day, and I never thought I'd get there, but we're awesome. Here.
So
and
do you currently offer all those services that you were naming?
Yes. Okay. So I do offer those services, and we thankfully have gathered with a doctor as well, dermatologist. So now we're able to offer the medical side of the beauty bar, and that just happened about 2 months ago.
Congratulations. So what does that look like? Like a procedure for that?
So Dr. Young, he already has another practice in Long Beach area, but he wanted to start up something over here in the AV. So knocking doors, I found him and definitely sit down and thought about a plan. We got together with our legal team and accountants and see how we can work numbers and see how is it that we can incorporate medical with a spa. And we definitely figured it out, and Dr. Young, he's already accepting patients there. As a dermatologist, we now have a RN that's working on doing the laser at the beauty bar as well, laser hair removal. So we're slowly working our way up there. We're trying to bring in IV infusions. We're trying to bring in, we do have the service of Botox and fillers, so injectables, and just slowly start working our way up there. So
that's cool.
What are you? What's the current moneymaker? I would say what's the most trending one right now?
I think that facials have played a big part of the spa for sure from day one. I think that changing people's skin is it's such a big thing, and I feel like because everybody's on social media nowadays, I feel like everyone wants to feel beautiful and in their own skin. And I feel like them going to the beauty bar and trying to figure out a plan and a regimen, because we not only just do the facials, but we send them with a regimen home so that they can keep working at their skin as well. Of course, they have to be committed, because what's results without commitment, So they can't get those results if they can't expect a miracle if they're not going home and doing their part. So I always make sure I'm honest to my clients, and I make sure to let them know, hey, this is the plan, but if you mess up and you don't do that cleanser in the morning or cleanser at night, then you're not going to see your full results. So my clients are pretty good about it, and they'll for sure get the results that they want. Yeah.
What's what's the pricing on something like that? I'm curious. Yeah. So
yeah, you guys are more than welcome to come for a hydrofacial. I think that one's my booming one right now.
What does that consist of? What is it called? One more time.
Hydrofacial. So Hydrofacial, it's its own company on its own. I just collaborate with them. They have their own patent machines and everything. And the cool thing about Hydrofacial is that you can get, you guys probably are not going to know what this type of facial is, but
that's all right,
I'm trying to explain what it consists of.
Watching this, and the ladies, and we'll get them in. So
Hydrofacial combines everything together. A microdermabrasion, which is an exfoliant facial. It combines a chemical peel, which is something that also gets rid of bacteria and dead skin cells and everything, and a hydration facial as well, all combined in one for the price of one facial. So usually my clients would have came in before that machine to do each individual facial by itself. And with a time lapse too as well. So they would have to alternate every 2 weeks to come in for a new facial or whatever the regimen consisted of. But Hydrofacial does it all in one sitting. So you come in for a facial today, in 40 minutes, you got all 3 done.
So it's about a 40-minute turnaround.
Yeah,
You're there,
and
okay.
it's amazing because we do carry our MD lines that are, you know, scientifically proven to help with a lot of different, for example, rosacea, a lot of skin medical conditions, rosacea, acne, hyperpigmentation, melasma. So things like that. Hydrofacial has developed the serums that are definitely integrated into the facial that are going to help with those things.
So dang. So if you are, I wouldn't say suffering, but if you do have those, what's the right medical terms, or if you're, well, yes, I keep want to say if you're suffering from any of that rosacea or anything like that, that's where they can come and
Yeah,
do the hydro.
There
Okay.
are some treatments that the client or the patient does know that they're untreatable, but you can obviously stop things from flaring up. And they know that with their doctors that have explained it to them. So with, for example, rosacea patients, they can come and try to keep treating, which will practically put off the flaring up for a while, but it will never cure it.
Yeah. But
So, but it definitely
it's still a
helps out.
treatment.
Yes, people love it.
So what's the pricing on one of those?
So it ranges from anywhere between 175 to 300, depending on how many serums we use, and especially if they're medical grade. And you see results right then and there, after your facial.
How many times a month is it recommended?
Usually, if someone's treating, I will recommend every 2 weeks.
Okay.
If someone's just here for maintenance and just kind of, get my blackheads out, get, my dead skin cells out, then I recommend anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. See, that's good. That's good because we're all spending money on all these different parts of our body to not only look good, but to stay healthy, because this is a great way for your skin to be healthy.
Definitely.
That's why I was curious about the price, because that's good.
Yeah.
It's a good price. As far as that goes, now your clients, how are you? So you've been in the business since last year. You started everything, 2021.
2021.
It's been a year. How did you even get started in all of this?
So I was a medical assistant for 7 years. I worked with a lot of dermatologists and plastic surgeons in the Valley. So Encino, Silmar, Northridge. And then out here, I did some places in Valencia as well. So I worked with several different doctors in Valencia area. And so I picked up knowledge from them gracefully. They were willing to help me learn, and just by their diagnosis on other patients and clients as well, how they helped them, and just assisting in those scenarios is what really helped me to bring the knowledge and suck everything up and just say, like, okay, this is something I can take advantage of. It's not just about a profession. It's not just about you go to school and learn what you learned there, and that's it. It doesn't stop there. It definitely keeps going, and I think that if you give yourself the opportunity to learn and be an open-minded person, then it definitely takes you places, because I'm a big believer, and if you are hungry for success, it doesn't matter whether you have a degree or experience. I think that you will definitely get to where you want to be with that hunger.
Absolutely. Dang. See that? It's the hustle, baby. It's the hunger, which will lead to all of that. But even without that, none of the other stuff matters. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you told me to hire someone and what I was looking for in someone, I definitely choose someone that's hungry for business, someone that's hungry. I will choose that person over anyone who has a degree or experience.
Because they already show you, like, without you even having to ask. They're already showing you with or without you, they want to get it. So, that's what I look for too. Same, right?
Yeah.
The ones that are hungry.
Yep.
Yeah, as far as
how bad do you really want it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because you can have a degree, and nothing against degrees. My respect to people with degrees, because I think they put a lot of hard work into it. But when it comes to the hustle business, is what I call it, sales, marketing, no one teaches you that.
No.
You can go to school for marketing and business, but they won't teach you how to knock doors. So I think that it's definitely something that I look forward to when I interview someone. It's like, how hungry are you? Like, if this business goes down tomorrow, what is your attitude towards that?
Yeah.
So if you're on the employee and, degree type of mentality, then I think that you're going to go out there and look for a secure job that's going to give you a check every week, versus trying to hustle your way out and try to figure out how you can make it work. So I think it's definitely something I look into when I partner up with someone. The doctor that I partnered up with, he's definitely a hungry person. And it's weird to say, because he's a medical doctor, right? And that's why I say nothing against degrees. But when it comes to business, he don't care. He's just like, give it to me. Right. I'm ready to work.
So how many doors did you have to knock before getting with Dr. Young?
Well, it took me a year, probably 4 months. Yeah.
To get that one.
And when I knocked the last door, and I thought, this is it. If this doesn't happen, I'm giving up. And I started getting discouraged after a year and trying to figure out, like, okay, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. So I was going to give up. And when I found him and it was the deal was made, it's like, wow, like I should never, ever think of thinking of giving up. And it's funny because we actually consulted a couple lawyers before we consulted the team that we have now. And they always told me, don't even sweat it. You're not going to get there. Like, just give up. Like, it's not going to happen. So something in me always said, there is a way.
Yeah, so
because
what was the driving force of you to continue going and not saying, if everybody's telling me to just kind of
The driving force for me was, when you tell me no, that's because I'm asking the wrong person. So
you hear that? Do you hear that? If you're watching this or listening to this right now, did you hear that?
It's definitely something that's always been in me. I think that mentality was definitely, I was raised with that mentality. My parents are both immigrants, and so I think that the word no has never been an option in our family. It's always been something where you got to work hard at it. You have to struggle. It was always a struggle in my family, but my mom's a go-getter. And I think she instilled that in me for sure. She always taught me, like, there's always a way, whether you're selling makeup or you're selling jeans or you're out selling food, it doesn't matter. There's a way to make money. So that definitely has been my biggest inspiration. So I definitely thank her for that.
Shout out to moms.
Right. Yeah, shout out to all the moms, all the parents for the ones that are out there pushing, because, like you said, you match that with the skill, and you get the hustle with the skill, and then you become right here.
Yes.
And then same thing, like you said, with hiring people. Man, the ultimate package would be the degree with the hustle.
Yeah.
Like, so if you do have that degree,
please, we all want
hustle,
you here.
like show it, show it. So I do like that, and I feel like our parents play the biggest role.
Yes.
I know people say, oh, well, you can let that shit go, but that a lot of the stuff is instilled subconsciously since what we see. So if you have kids, be careful around them, because they do pay attention, like you did, and it got you here today. So shout out, mama.
Yes.
There you
go. Definitely.
So at the beauty bar, who's all there? So what does that consist of? Is it just yourself, and then the doctor comes in like a certain day of the week, depending on the appointments and what he has? Who else is with you guys?
So we recently got an RN. Her name's Kathy. So shout out to Kathy. She's an amazing girl. She is there to help Dr. Young with all the medical procedures she's able to do with her license. And she's there maybe, she's going to start to be there Wednesday through Saturday is from what I know, doing different procedures and stuff. And then I'm there every day, even though my schedule on Google says I'm not there Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm still there.
We know where to find you.
Yes,
So yeah,
I'm still there working hard and catching up on emails because I do practically. I'm my own manager, administrator, everything you could think of. So there's days where I have to really be disciplined, sit down, and really just focus on my emails and marketing behind the business versus just clientele. So, and my esthetician also, that helps me out with the facials on that side as well. So she's amazing. She does amazing work. She's very educated. And my husband, so he takes my baby with me too, and all three of us go to work together. And
isn't that the coolest thing? Huh? That's like
cool.
the coolest thing. We do that here.
Yes, it's the best feeling because I've had some parents that come in and say, "Is there a baby here?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, that's my baby."
Yeah, you got
super
a problem
proud.
with it? Yeah, what? You got a problem with it? You can leave. I don't need your money. I don't want that money.
No, but honestly, it's a blessing to have your kids and just I'm a big believer in that. Even when they're babies, they learn from you, and I think that my daughter has seen a lot of happy days and bad moments, but I think that we've always instilled in her, even though she's a baby, to always be happy and smile no matter what. So we could be having the worst day, the building shut down, the electricity shut down, or there's construction outside and we can't get clients in. It could be the worst day ever, and we're going to go and smile to her because I think that it's important to be so positive regardless of a situation that you might be going through. So it's definitely something that we want to instill in her. And aside from that, just to hustle. It's,
I like that.
We got to be at work, just hustling. Yes, it's your business, but there's no excuse not to put in work. So, yeah.
Yep.
What does your Mondays look like?
My Mondays, I think that they're a little slower than the weekends. I feel like the weekends are my busiest days, but Mondays are... it's more like a time gap where people schedule in the morning and then there's a time gap in the afternoon until like 5 when people get off work, and then I'm busier. But I always make sure that I use my time wisely. So if there's a gap in between, I use it to post, or I use it to return emails, or if I need to reload the inventory or anything like that, then that's what I do for sure.
Right on.
You got some more? Because I got some, bro. I'm about to
Go for it.
So being an entrepreneur is very hard. Being a business owner, especially being a woman, in this, what has been the hardest part of this journey since day one?
I think the hardest part has been myself, like to just go against myself. I think that there is a lot of emotional moments during building the business. And sorry, my voice is getting cracky because just thinking back on those emotional times, it has... I think that losing my dad as well, because we lost our dad back in 2020. So losing him and just the challenge of helping my mom out and making sure my mom was okay for some time, it brought a challenge. And also being pregnant, I wasn't doing too good the first couple months. I was very sick, couldn't even keep down water. So building a business and combining that, it was definitely a big challenge. I had to trust some people to be there for me. Of course, I paid them to be there, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. And so I had to keep hustling. I was back to work 10 days after giving birth.
Oh,
so
wow.
It was definitely the biggest challenge. But honestly, if I could relive it again, I would, because I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for that. Because it pushed me through so many tough moments of life. It pushed me that when I wanted to be depressed, it's like there's no excuse. You got to keep hustling. You got to keep going. If you don't want to wake up that morning because you're just so exhausted and so drained, you have to wake up and think positive and just put aside everything else you're feeling, because guess what? No one's going to come pay your bills, knock on your door and be like, hey, here's your mortgage, you know? No, so I had to definitely build a strong woman in me. And I think that my husband was definitely my number one support again. And he got me through the toughest days. It's funny because we think back and we talk about it and we're like, remember when you used to go to the spa for me? Because he would go just to make sure everything's running okay. He would answer phone calls. He tried to do some sales for me, and he was my salesman. And honestly, I'm so grateful for him, because having a partner like that, it takes a lot. It takes a lot from your partner to be able to help you out, especially for moments like when they don't even know what it feels like to be pregnant, but yet they understand it. So it's definitely, it was hard times, but because of those hard times, the beauty bar is where it's at right now.
Okay, so if you are listening right now or watching this, and if you're a woman and you are pregnant or going through any type of hardship in your life right now, you can still do some of these things. You can start a business. You can change your life. You can make different decisions while doing all this. And I mean, that's what I got from this right now, is through all of this hard times, becoming a mother, having a relationship, starting a business, trusting people, losing someone close to you, like all of this. It's life. Life's happening. But you can still come out, and it just depends on how you use it. Because again, I think that little situation also lit the fuel, the fire and stuff, and helped you be like, all right, cool, it's game time.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
We're all gonna get there one time, one day, and yeah, it's game time.
And it's definitely a challenge to believe it, because in the moment, you just want to bask into your problems and say, and come up with so many reasons why you shouldn't do it, right? And just kind of, it's easy to go say, let me just go get a job and get a secure paycheck, and that's it, you know? And you know, your suffering's over practically for some time. But to battle with that emotion and really just believe in yourself, it takes a lot, you know. You can come out so motivated from a certain situation or by what someone tells you, and 5 days later you can give up. Or many people, or practically 10% of who would take the advice would give up, you know. So I think that it's definitely up to you, what you choose to do with a scenario. Are you going to take it and let it build you up, or are you going to let it build you down? So I think that for me, it was a challenge. There was days where I was like, I told my husband, you know what, this is done. I'm done with the beauty bar. Let's close it. I'd rather go get a job, because I'm not going to live like this. I'm not going to live where I'm behind on payments and stuff. And he was the one that believed in me. And he said, I don't think you should do that. And I would get mad at him because I'm like, you don't even know what I'm feeling, especially pregnant. Like, you can't tell me that, and blah, blah, blah. But no, he never let me quit. And when I had my daughter, that's when I believed how much I could accomplish. So when I saw her, and I'm like, wow, like, I still can't believe it. I don't know if you guys have had that feeling, but you guys are dads. Yeah. So just looking at them, it's like, how did I create you? Well, we know how, but
no, you're absolutely right. That feeling is like, and even now, because my little one's 2, so she gets on the bed and off. Thank you, Daddy. You're welcome, please, Daddy. So it's like, it just reminds me, it's like, dang,
yeah,
like, this is real life. So it's always, that's when you realize, okay, you deserve, and this goes to all my kids, you guys deserve everything.
Yes.
And I'm going to be the one that gets you guys there. And
yeah.
It starts with you, with
yeah.
Sam, myself, with Josiah. So
I think that because we do have a therapist inside our building, he's actually our landlord, and he's a therapist. And the wisest words that he told me before I had my daughter was, the moment you watch how you, or when you watch your daughter when she's born and you see her and you start developing a relationship with her, that's when you're going to realize how selfish you were before with yourself. Because you give all to your kids. You don't realize how selfish you were before when you walk into the store and you were going to go get your pair of shoes, but then you walk out with a t-shirt that is for them and you rather spend on them. So you become this person where you no longer think about yourself, and that makes you feel like, wow, like I was so into myself before.
Right? Yeah, you're like,
but I think it's a beautiful experience, and I think that has motivated me, and it has definitely been part of also my business growing, because it's a motivation every day when I see her.
That's awesome.
I like that. So again, if you guys are going through something, if any of you listening are going through something, turn that into something positive. Use it as fuel to ignite your fire, your flame, and go for it. I mean, all these people, especially with losing someone, that's what triggered all of this. I lost my pops right in 2019 is where everything started. I went and bought a camera. I just paid attention to all these different opportunities. Before that, I wasn't a photographer. I wasn't any of this. 2018, Bobby, before that, I didn't do any of this stuff. Never thought about picking up a camera. And then business kind of trickled down when I lost the person that taught me, entrepreneurship and stuff like that. And that was go time. And I think that's very important. So again, if you are going through something, analyze it and then take it and use it to get where you want to go. You're going to have times where you want to give up.
Yeah.
And that's where your support, the people around you, it matters who's around you. If people are still dicking around and not having the same conversations, just next time they ask you to hang out, I can't.
Yeah.
Slowly get into around other people who are thinking like you, because that's helped us along the way. And it seems like your support system, that your family is the right people around you. Of course, you had to get through the ones that you trust, and we've all been there before too, and that's, you're always going to be people like that, but it's good to have that support system around you. And again, man, just go through it, right? Just get through it. The reward we haven't even seen yet. It feels good right now, but the big stuff's coming soon. And I believe for you in such a short amount of time. So congratulations on that. And
thank you.
And keep pushing that. I believe we're just about done. Is there any other questions? I think I have like one or two. I do want to ask you this. As in business, how are you getting clients? I think that's the scariest part about becoming an entrepreneur, just having a startup, having your own business, is how to have a consistent paycheck, or that's what if you're just one video away from being broke, one client away from being broke. So how do you get clients, and how do you manage that anxiety, I would say?
Yeah, it's definitely you have to be okay without a paycheck, enough to believe in yourself.
Yes. Because
it's definitely something where you're starting with nothing, no capital, no money, probably not even a good credit score where you can get capital. It's definitely a scary thing. But I think that we live in a time where people no longer want to be sold to. People want to be entertained. So I feel like entertainment is part of a big type of marketing. But if I were to start all over and do everything again with nothing, I think word of mouth and just the old school way, get out there, tell family, tell friends, have them spread the word for you. I know in the beginning we were trying to do like flyers, go leave them in cars, go to Target, go to Walmart, and just kind of spread the word. I think now where I am with the business, something I would change before that I just thought of now is definitely try to collaborate with as much as businesses as you can. It doesn't matter if it's the taco stand in the corner of 20th Street, it doesn't matter who they are, because everyone has potential and everyone has bits and pieces of what your potential business can be, so you have to look at everyone with an avenue of being able to grow your business, because what maybe I could learn from you is not something that I would have learned from another person, because everyone has different knowledge and everyone has different experiences with their businesses. So definitely take advantage of everything around you. Try to think outside the box. No idea is too big of an idea. So
Ooh, I like that.
I think
Dang.
that you definitely have to get out there and just be that person that you can be. If you can't talk to people, you're very limited to what you could do. But if you're that person that is easily can go up to a person in front of you and say, hey, by the way, this is what is going on this weekend. You're welcome to come in. If you're not that type of person, you're very limited. But if you are, just use that to your best resources and go out there and really just sell yourself to people, in the sense of selling your business. You're selling your business potentially by selling yourself. So definitely that.
Okay. There it is right there. So it's almost pretty much personal brand.
Yes.
Personal brand. So go out there, market yourself, tell the world what you're proud of. And again, this works when you're doing something that you love. When it's something that you want to do.
You have to be passionate about it. The world's not going to come knock at your door and say, hey, who are you? You have to go out to the world and tell the world who you are. So I think that definitely by doing that, you're going to get to the point where people are going to come to you. But to get there, you have to be able to knock doors and be able to establish something where people can trust you, because unfortunately, we live in a world where, yes, you're a startup business, but we also live in an insecure world where not everyone can trust people. So you have to be able to build that trust.
Woo, man. Okay, so one big takeaway right now, we are seeing it in real estate. Okay, our big market is real estate, and we're starting to see a lot of agents getting jobs because the market's changing. Interest rates are too high. People don't want to buy. Houses are too overpriced. So it's lose-lose. And what you said was, you're going to want to give up. You're going to want to go get a job to collect a paycheck, but that's just a temporary feeling. You're still going to itch for whatever it is that you're doing. So don't give up.
Yes.
Figure out how to pivot, adjust, but don't give up. There's many ways, like you said, to make money, or your side hustle. Go out there, tell the world, leave flyers on cars if you have to. Do what other people are not doing. If everybody else is making little videos on Instagram, figure out another way to get in front of that person. And
definitely. And I feel like people, they're definitely they're scared to start a business and just rather rely on a paycheck, but you're working for someone regardless. Why not just work for yourself? So you go out there, and yes, it's a steady paycheck, right? But you're still putting the time and the effort to that business to make their business grow, where you can just focus on making your business grow. And those are words from my husband that he would tell me when I easily wanted to give up. He's like, you're going to go out there and put the time and energy to work for someone else and make their business grow, when you could be here making yours grow. And I'm so happy I paid attention and followed that advice, because now the beauty bar is a 1.5 years old. So it's definitely somewhere where my husband took me to believe in it.
Nice. So congratulations on 1.5 years. You guys, that is a wrap. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want any of her services, where can they find you at?
They can find us on Instagram with at skinspot.av, or on Google as well, or Facebook as well. So the Beauty Bar and Spa. Sorry, let me try that again. The Beauty Bar and Spa Co. So they can find me there as well on Google. Our website is currently still being worked on, but you're able to book appointments on there regardless, or you can always DM us for any questions. You can also text our phone now. So the phone number that is on Google, you can actually text that number.
What's that phone number?
So it's 661-471-9222.
You hear that, you guys, and ladies and gentlemen, hear that. Go ahead and text that number, show your support, and really appreciate your time, because as we get older, it's time we don't get back. So really appreciate your time.
Likewise.
And we're good to go. That's it, you guys. I'm not even sure what episode we're on anymore. I'm just proud that we're continuing to grow, and we consistently show up. So you guys have a wonderful day. Stay blessed.
You guys.
Bye.